Alright guys, this video is for Mr. Mack, old school Davemade, 2 driving 8, two 2879s, driving 8 2879s, all Toshibas. So this is a definitely what I'd call like a medium drive amp. It's not a high drive because you don't have to have an external driver to go into it. Not necessarily a low drive because it will take, you know, a 50 to 60, 70 watt radio. I had told him, you know, something like a Striker 655 would probably really push this thing to max output. However, he did talk me out of my pristine Galaxy 99, and it's going to need tuned up because it's basically stock. So once he gets it tuned and has it ready to rock, it will do basically the same power as my Connex. So we're doing this video to give him an idea of what he can expect. Galaxy 99's dual final radio, Connex is a dual final radio. They will do about the same amount of power. He'll probably see 20 watts average, give or take, 50 to 60 watts PEP, depending on who he gets to tune it. My Connex does about 50 peak and about 20 average. So that's what we're going to be kicking into it. We're going to be dead keying 3 watts into this guy, and we're going to be testing it at 15 volts. Special guest appearance from Excess Power. Yep, this is the 500 farad super cab, and this is just a temporary setup that I've got going here. We'll get into this here in a second. I'll do a different video kind of talking about this. I've talked about them in the past, but I want to do a separate video talking about those and not distract away from the test of the Davemade here. So that being said, we are still just on my 1500 watt dummy load, so I'm just going to have to keep it kind of short and sweet. I'm waiting on a bird dummy load to come in, but we will be able to see some pretty good power out of this thing because we are supplementing my power supply with this super cap. So that being said, we're clamped on the cable going here, going to the cap, so we will be seeing how much power the amp and radio are drawing. I'm just going to keep it real swift and give it a good audio here. Audio 143 amps. So you already know, generally when I show an 8 pill, we usually see like 115 to 120 amps worth of draw. That's because the limitations to my power supply with what I've got coming out of the wall. You guys just saw 144 amps, so we know this thing's going to be showing some pretty decent output power. Let's come over here to the bird meter. I've got a jumper tangled around the front of it here. You guys can see that's a 2500 watt slug in there. Let me get a little closer. There you guys go. So we'll be looking at the top scale. Now this is average power first. That's about a 350, 400 watt dead key. Audio 900 watts average. I'm not staying on it long, like I said, because I don't want to kill the dummy load, and then kill the dummy load, it kills the amp. So with this thing having Toshibas in it, definitely don't want to mess it up. They can take a beating, but we don't want to push our luck too much. So we're going to go peak, see how much it does. Check audio, check audio, check audio, check audio. About 1800 PEP. Now keep in mind, that's only at 15 volts. Also, we're only hitting it with 50 watts PEP. This thing has Toshiba 2879s in it for drivers, so it's made to hit a little bit harder. Depending on what radio he runs with it, it'll do this kind of power all day long. 900 average, 1900 PEP, but he can hit it harder. It was actually designed, if I can reach over here off camera, to run with this little guy right here. So this was mated up with this amp. It was actually designed to run with. This is a 1 pill 2290. When they set this thing up, they had designed to run like a Cobra 29 or something like that into this, and then kick that into the two 2879s into the 8. So we're just barely kind of tickling this guy. Easily expect him to see 2K plus max output, probably somewhere along 2300, 2400 watts if he really pushes it, PEP, and probably 1000 to 1100 average. But that's it. Davemade 2 driving 8, super nice amp. I think he'll be happy with it, and definitely think he'll like this Galaxy 99. still in disbelief that I let him talk me out of it, but he got it. You know, I got a decent price out of it, and he got a decent deal. So there you go, guys. Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, shoot me a text. 423-299-3535. See you, bye.